Today's episode of In the Kitchen with the Greater Fort Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival brings us to the historic Los Olas Riverfront in downtown Fort Lauderdale. We're at the Old Riverhouse Vegan Village with Chef Jonny NoBones, where he walks us through how to make an amazing ceviche salad that has no ceviche in it. Also, bartender Jason's gonna get us a little tipsy. Stick around. So we made it inside. I'm here with my new friend Jason.
How are you?
Good, thanks. You're gonna walk me through how to make the beautiful beverages that you make here at the Old Riverhouse, the Vegan Village. So I'm told that you're gonna put me to work and use some free labor tonight. So
Coolest thing is, it's a very simple yet a very elegant and powerful drink. It's called the Mai Tai. Standard jigger. Now if you look inside, see that little rim right there? That's 1.5 ounces. You're gonna fill it up there. We're gonna dump it into the container. See that smaller one right there?
yes.
You're gonna fill that up, dump it in the container. Now, just like in regular tiki fashion, this is a combination of 3 different rum. This is what we'll do. So fill it up to that first notch and just dump it in there.
What if I have a heavy hand?
Well, if you have a heavy hand, that's fine. It just means we get to drink more. There you go. Now flip her over.
Oops.
There you go.
The bottom one.
That's all right. Perfect. So we'll take this away.
Am I certified now?
Almost. You will be by the time we're finished with you.
All
Though.
right.
So here.
So I'm gonna go to the first line.
Yep. Perfect. So that's first lime juice.
This is just lime juice.
So you're going to go all the way up to that last notch. Here, we're going to go back to that first line. So that's a 1/2 ounce. And that's a simple
What are we
syrup.
pouring out?
Simple
syrup?
And simple syrup isn't actually meant for sweetness as much as it is to give the drink body. Now, this is orgeat.
Orgeat.
Now,
What is orgeat?
orgeat is an almond flavored syrup. What you're going to do is same thing, same first ring. Perfect. There you go. Fill this up, drop it with ice.
I'm gonna fill this up with ice.
Yep. Now dump it in there. Now here's the idea, check this out. When you go, make sure it's at an angle so you get a tight fit. Little hit, make sure you do it this way. Now when you shake it, thumb here, hold it just like this and like this. Don't do this, believe it or not, that's 90 decibels. That's very loud. But if you go in front of you and just beat it like you're angry, you know, you'll be all right. There you go. Harder, harder, harder. There you go. Look at you. Look, you're dancing. Don't fall down though. All right, so now the cool thing is we're just gonna pop that off. Most drinks you would strain, but there's so much liquor in this, you don't want to. The idea is, so now the fun part starts, the garnish. What we're going to do, this, as you could tell, or maybe you couldn't tell, this is an anglerfish. So in order to reproduce the anglerfish, we're actually going to use one of Chef's blackened shrimp. And then we're slowly gonna build to it. All the garnishes, I mean, officially you can eat a mint sprig. In fact, a lot of people do. But these flowers you can actually eat as well.
So pretty much everything here but the cup.
Well, and it depends on how drunk you are. You might end up eating that too. So, like anything in Tiki Land,
So you just lit it on fire.
I just lit it on fire because it's tiki, and that's just what you do.
Cheers.
Salud.
That is phenomenal.
Thank you very much.
So you just made the vegan Mai Tai?
Yep.
Delicious, looks great. I know that I'm not the professional here, you are, so take me through the journey of the next beverage, but you drive the bus today.
Sounds good to me. So, have you ever heard of a dark and stormy?
A dark and stormy, absolutely.
Okay.
That's like my ex.
So this is Chef Jonny's perfect storm. Sometimes simple isn't necessarily a bad thing.
So ginger beer and the Kraken.
Ginger beer and Kraken. And then the garnish.
So the last part of the dark and stormy is adding the ship that's supposed to sink as we just get hammered.
Exactly.
All right. Jason, it was a pleasure. Thank you for showing me how I can get wasted behind your bar. 1, thank you for letting me make a drink. 2, thank you for making it the right way. 3, thank you for having us.
It was a pleasure, seriously.
We'll be right back after this break, but when we come back, we're gonna have the star of the show. Stay tuned.
We are Florida's Hollywood, a city on the East Coast, just a short drive from where you are, with a list of activities as long as our award-winning oceanfront Broadwalk, and a mix of large resorts and boutique hotels, and eateries from which to choose. We are the perfect local setting for a change of scenery and a splash of fun. We are Florida's Hollywood, just a short drive from where you are.
Welcome back to In the Kitchen with the Greater Fort Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. Today we're a little bit different because we're behind the bar. We just finished up with Jason. Jason's made us these fabulous beverages, but I'd hate to stand here and let them just go to waste. So, Chef, do you mind as we...
After you. You have whichever one you want, and then I'll have the other one. Woo! Going for the Mai Tai, huh?
The Mai Tai was delicious when I took it, so I'm going to continue.
All right, chin chin.
Cheers.
Do we slide it under the mask? Is that the trick?
Yeah,
we gotta, you know. Oh, that's so good. I wish you could see my face.
This is incredible.
That's delicious. And my ship is already sinking, but we're all right.
So we're here with Chef Jonny NoBones. Chef, as a non-vegan expert, can you walk me through the vision behind the restaurant, the establishment, why you chose this location, what we're going to make today? Give us your story.
Sure. Much like vegan chose me, this place chose me. It was my calling. You know, everybody says, you know, why'd you go vegan? It's my journey. This place, I came here a couple of years before, saw the place, I fell in love, but they were serving tomahawk steaks and things I wasn't ready for. So the opportunity came to have a vegan place here. We turned it into a vegan village. We opened up on August 4th, right after the full moon. And this is gonna be the greatest vegan village ever.
So what are we gonna make today?
So today, I wish I was gonna say we're gonna make something that's not very complicated. It's a little complicated, but it's really not because the measurements don't matter that much. It's all to your taste. So we're gonna make,
especially if you're drinking.
Especially if you let's drink. Let's drink. Let's make sure we don't stop drinking. That is so good.
It is.
You almost can't stop. So we're gonna make coconut ceviche. So it's real simple. The basics is called tiger's milk or ceviche de tigre, which is fresh orange juice. All these juices have to be fresh squeezed. Anything else, don't use it. Fresh lemon juice and some lime juice. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I've already washed my coconut off. My coconut meat is I'm gonna get it marinating. So I'm gonna put it all in there.
So marinating orange juice, lime
Correct.
juice.
So basically this is the cooking process. Now I wanna add a little lemongrass, but lemongrass, you really want the oils. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna smash the end of this to release the oils. I'm just gonna put it in there. All right, so it's releasing the oils into my ceviche. I do have a little bit of chopped lemongrass that I'm also gonna add, but very little. Then, really at this point, it doesn't really matter what order you put the ingredients. I like to put the ginger and the garlic in first. Let them get a little bit more action than the other herbs. These are Anaheim peppers to give me a little bit of spice. You can
why
see.
do you choose this pepper over the others?
I could have done jalapeno. I have one there. Anaheim's just a little sexier to me, and it's certainly going to make this look better. A little bit of green pepper, not so much. And then I'm going to start to add some more of my wet ingredients. This is coconut aminos. I'm going to put not so much. This is toasted sesame oil. Kind of looks like bourbon, but I'm only putting a little drip of this. There you go. Once again, any of these you want to change to your likings, you're welcome to do. Certainly onions, these are actually even cooler. These are banana shallots.
Banana shallots.
Banana shallots. These are going to give it a very unique flavor. Some mango.
Now, did you come up with this recipe yourself? Did you find
This
it?
is a pretty traditional recipe, but this is a Chef Jonny Coconut Ceviche. So, you know, I think everybody makes it a little bit different. So, some tomatoes. Got some little heirloom tomatoes that I cut in half before we started. Some black and white sesame seeds. And then herbs. I'm not a big fan of really chopping the herbs to death. I like to just rip them and put them in here. A little cilantro. A little bit of mint. I'm gonna mix this up. I'm gonna let it start marinating. This is where the flavor builds. I'm not gonna beat it too hard or anything. I'm just mixing it up a little bit. So I put my mint in, put some cilantro in. This right here, we already put in. So all this stuff is done. This is a little bit of mirin, which is rice wine, ever so little bit. And I'm gonna keep stirring this and keep it, you know, keep it moving. This is my secret ingredient, little gray whale gin. It has some sea kelp botanicals in it. Just a little bit of that's gonna give me some ocean flavor.
Now, if you don't want to use gin, is there another?
You could just use some nori that's been soaked in water.
Okay.
And just use a little bit of the water. That'll certainly give you, you could actually even use the slightest bit of ocean water. But I'm thinking gin is since we're drinkers, gin is the way to go. We pretty much made the dish. I'm really into plating. I'm really into stuff looking like $1 million. So while that marinates, if I was making this at home, I would have started that coconut meat marinating in the tiger's milk yesterday, and I'll let it sit overnight.
Okay.
And really get the flavors in. So now we're gonna get us a nice, beautiful bowl. I'm gonna put some of these gorgeous greens on the bottom. I know it's kind of crazy, but I call this sexy lettuce.
Sexy lettuce.
This is amaranth right here. It's gonna break that whole bunch off, put it right there. I mean, it's perfect. This is red vein sorrel.
So ideally, when you serve this, everything that's in the bowl is edible.
Of course. I'm basically gonna take my ceviche and I'm gonna go ahead and use my hands since I have gloves on. I'm gonna give it a little mix. I'm gonna put some in there, right? And then I'm gonna go ahead and add some little decoration, but a little tastiness. These are golden beets. I'm gonna put a little bit of golden beets in there, give a little color. I'm gonna put some more ceviche right there. Then I'm gonna put some beautiful spiralized shioga beets. Once again, we're kind of trying to develop some color. Pink pineapple here. I like using flowers. I'm gonna use some chrysanthemum petals here. These are kind of super yummy. You know, a little color on top. And then we're gonna give a little pepper. This is a kind of another secret ingredient. This is real black salt. I don't know if you can see it on my black glove, but this is actually black salt.
Now, where do you get black salt from?
France. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of this on top. Pile it up a little. And the liquid, which is the stuff I'm kind of gonna use as a dressing. All right, so I'm gonna pour that over the beets, a little bit over the lettuce, the pineapple. There you go. So now there's my quote-unquote dressing. Gonna hit the top again with a little more cilantro. Appreciate the help over there.
Absolutely.
Hit the top with a little more cilantro. I've got a little crystal leaf. It's kind of sexy looking. And there's my dish.
Chef, this looks, again, absolutely divine.
Thank you.
I can't let us go away without talking about the fact that we are in a historic facility. So the building that you're in, what's the history behind it? It's got an absolutely stunning view. I can imagine sitting here on a Florida winter day, sitting on your patio just overlooking the water. So
this is a 1903 house built by the Bryants. It's such a privilege to work here in this kind of venue compared to a regular restaurant and have the whole vegan village here. And yeah, you're right, we're right on the water. There's gardens everywhere. Every day I discover something new here.
Chef, it's surely been a pleasure learning how to make the incredible drinks that we're drinking, and your salad, your ceviche that you created. It's amazing. Again, living in downtown Fort Lauderdale and walking past this place all the time, it's great to be inside of it and seeing it come to life and seeing the river come back to life. I appreciate you. I appreciate your team. This has been another episode of In the Kitchen with the Greater Fort Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. We'll see you next time.